Dave is one of the best graphic novels that I've read in a couple of years. What? In case you're just watching the first 10 seconds, that's all you need to know, but hang tight and I'll explain why it is. Hey, Trey here with Daddy Mojo. If you like book reviews or just seeing middle-aged teachers talk about books, like, comment, subscribe. Let's talk about Deeply Dave, why don't we? Why is this book so awesome? And it really is. That's not hyperbole that I just say there. It's the best book in years I've read. But it really is a great graphic novel because it's unlike any graphic novel I've read ever. And that's not to say that different is great because it's different and hoo-ha-hoo. It's different in so many ways, and it's great not because of those differences only, because of its plot. It's great because of its brevity. It's not a wordless graphic novel. There are plenty of words, and it's appropriate for 8 years up and older. But those 8-year-olds are going to be able to read most of it, but some pages only have onomatopoeias on it. They don't have like a conversation or a dialogue, so it's going to be easy for them to read. It's also incredibly interesting to look at because the pages are all glossy. They're black because you're talking about the blackness of the deepness and the darkness of the ocean floor and deep, deep, deep ocean depths. So it's black, or it's dark blue, or it's light blue. But the pages are mostly black. A couple of the pages are red, but that's when it gets a little more psychedelic. We'll get to that in a second. Deeply Dave is about a kid. Guess what his name is? Dave. Dave, and he goes underwater to look for his mother. His mother's an astronaut. His mother went to space looking for some sort of space alien. Her spaceship crash landed in the ocean, and he thinks he knows where it is. That's the plot. But the plot is so strange and freaky in the best of all possible ways because it changes so often. Every 5 to 7 pages, the plot seems to shift directions with new characters coming in, new directions, new powers, and just new strangeness. It's strange. The big bad in Deeply Dave is the Big Doom. And as soon as Dave starts to go in the water, all these little fish are like, hey, watch out for the Big Doom. Watch out for the Big Doom. Watch out for the Big Doom. And he's like, what's the Big Doom? I don't care what the Big Doom is because I'm out here to look for my mother. And it's just so fun to read. The other thing that makes this, it's half the battle, half the fun of reading this that makes it so enjoyable is its presentation. The book opens up and down, not the traditional right to left. So you're reading it almost like a postcard, up and down, and you turn the pages up and down. And this allows the depth of the ocean to really go down the page, as opposed to it going right to left, which wouldn't have expressed or shown much ocean depth. And that really gives the pages a chance to flow, play, and have fun. It really is a fun graphic novel. It's not going to be for everybody, though, because it's not easy to read in that instance. Because it opens up and down, some kids are going to be like, this opens kind of weird. I can't read it quickly. I have to pay attention to it, so I'm not going to read it. And that's going to be the only problem that as an educator I can see. I'm like, okay, I can see that. But if you're patient and you want something fun and rewarding and something that's going to be on your forever bookshelf in 30 years, and you'll look at yourself when you're like a middle-aged dude or a middle-aged girl saying, wow, that graphic novel when I read was a teen, as a young teen, that sure was awesome. And you'll look at it again and you'll remember the time that you spent thumbing through it so carefully, up and down, looking at the art. We got a couple books over there that are like that. I mean, the classic go-to is Where the Wild Things Are, Yippee-Ki-Yay. But there are so many other books like that for me that when I look at them, illustrated books, when I look at them, even now as a middle-aged dude, I'm like, wow, I remember reading that and trying to learn the words and just trying to trace the characters, and Deeply Dave is like that. Really is fabulous. A little research upon the books, and it's based on a webcomic. And this is how out of touch I am. The webcomic, if you're down with it, wow, you were ahead of the curve. And if not, this graphic novel is really bonkers. It's awesome. It's weird. It's unique. And it's great, not because of its weirdness or its uniqueness. It's great because of its overall plot and its presentation. Elementary school libraries, you need to get this. Even you middle school libraries. There's enough subliminal happenings and psychological psychological funness, psychological awareness. It's not a psychological case study per se, but it's fun. There's a deeper layer of intelligence to Deeply Dave that's there that is a little hard to describe. Trust me, just go to a bookstore, look at a couple pages, you'll fall in love with it. It's Deeply Dave from Michael Grover, and it's fabulous.